look at the 25th line that expects instruction or directed as I corrected to move instruction. I wrote only MO, I changed to MOV. Now come to the 28th line, illegal use of CS register. 28 move CS comma PX. So you can't modify the code segment register. You can modify data segment, stack segment, and extra segment, but you can't allow to modify the code segment. So better to delete this line, or you can make semicolon, so you can compare how many error you have resolved it, or how many warning you have removed or resolved. Okay. Now come to the 30th line, operand type must match. 30th line, nothing but size of both source and destination must same. Here CLF you are using at destination, but the source is BX, which is 16 bit. So now you can change the CL to CX. Okay. Now again at 32 line, expect instruction direct your label. So reason for that, the instruction is absolutely correct, there is no problem. Only the reason for that is for this label, add underscore label, which is not properly defined, whether it creating confusion to the assembler that whether this is any part of program or any other thing. So actually this is one label name. You should assigning name to the one memory address, or this you want address of this move AL comma BL. So I forget to put the colon, so I put the colon. So now it changed to the label. Now it expecting instruction direct to your label. Now it changed to the label now. Now come to the last one line, is that is 36th line, that jump add and underscore LP. Reason for that, again same thing, because of this add underscore LP colon is missing. Okay. Now looking at all the errors, again I need to assemble it, nothing but again I have to create one more object file. Now every time keep in mind that even though if you do small change in your program, you have to save it, again you have to recreate new object file of that changed program, and that you have to keep in mind. So again I'll save this one, and I'll come to the first command prompt. I'll keep the second command prompt as it is. Now I'll type here again mason /zi ex2.asm to check that whether all errors are resolved or warnings are resolved or not. Okay. We'll create a new updated obj file. So existing obj file will get overwrite by new obj file with the name of ex2.obj. You can skip the list file and cross-reference files. Again it shows the few more errors as compared to the initial error and warning list. All warnings are removed now. 11 severe errors are remaining. Now again it come to the line number 1, expect instruction direct your label. Now look at the spelling of model. Is it correct? Dot model. No, spelling is correct. So what? Okay, nothing but you have put the space between dot and model. That space you have to remove it. That's why it's expecting something instruction direct to your label. So I removed it. Then line number 2 again because of that dot model. Line number 6 also because of that space exists between dot and model. Now again same because again at the line number 7. Reason for that, because of the space between dot and model, first line, because of the first error. Now come to the 10th line, move AL comma number 1. So reason for these all remaining errors, that is line number 10, 11, 14, 16, 20 and 24, cannot address with the segment register. So you can observe that these all lines we are used or declare your variables or symbolic name, that is number 1, number 2, then sum you are used, then again sum you are used, and at line number 20, sorry, 24 is last one. This is number 1. Up to this we have used the variable names. If you want to use all variables, you must initialize the data segment. This 8th line, you must initialize this. Okay, now I have removed the space between the dot and model. Again I'll save this one. Again I'll come to the first command window. Again I'll type masm/zi ex 2.asm and I'll press enter key. Now again it removes the few more errors and the remaining 3 warnings are remaining. The warnings are at line number 11, 16 and 24. So go to line number 11. Click on the second window and go to line number 11, second command window. Move BL comma number 2. What operand type must match? Yes, correct, because the number 2 is 16-bit variable. You can observe this is 16-bit variable number 2. DW, W indicate that 16-bit, B indicate the 8-bit, DB indicate 8-bit, DW indicate the 16-bit. So that's why we can't copy the 16-bit into 8-bit register. So again I'll change this to number 1 and remove number 2 to number 1. Again go to line number 16. It says that extra character on line. As correct, extra character line is that comma BL. I have to keep only move AL comma sum. So remove the BL comma and BL. Again line number 24. Again mismatch of the operand, because the number 1 is only 8-bit variable as well declared. You can observe in the data segment only 8-bit, and you are copying that into the 16-bit register. As you know that if you are copying any data, the source and destination size both must same. So I'll change the number 1 to number 2. Okay, so I saved all the I have done the required changes. Now I will say resave this file again. Again click on the first command window and type again masm/zi ex2.asm. Again I press enter key. Now you can see that there is no warning and errors. So this way I have to read all the error statements and along with your code part, because add statement show with the line numbers, error statement show with the line numbers. So try to identify the reason for the error. So this way I have to remove the errors. You may face with some different errors also. Most of the time reason is that sometimes we'll put additional comma, sometimes apostrophes, or we'll do some small spelling mistakes. Because of that will create more number of errors. Okay, you can try with your any other programs and try to resolve more number of, if you get with any errors, try to resolve that error. Thank you.